Hey y'all, so this is the first video of this channel, and before we begin on this wonderful journey on the new channel about personal finance, stocks, investments and a lot more, I just wanted to thank you for dropping in, showing your lovely support on the channel. If you do enjoy these types of videos, I strongly suggest you to subscribe to the channel completely free and give this first video a thumbs up, as I always appreciate your support. And let's get this epic journey started. Welcome to Investing with Tapan, where we turn pages of finance into a magical adventure. I'm Tapan, your financial tour guide, and we are embarking on a journey to turn your galleons into gold dragons. Now imagine money as a magical wand. It's ready to cast the spell of investing. It is like whispering, Accio growth to your galleons, or dollars. They multiply, soar through the air, reaches the sky, and create wealth while you enjoy your butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks. Who wouldn't want that magical money-making spell? I know I would. Enough of Harry Potter, now let's dive into the magical world of investing. So in today's video, we will be answering the three questions. What is investing? Why to invest? And where to invest? Before we discuss what and where, let's answer the most important question. Why to invest in the first place? Consider this. You work 8 hours a day and you get paid $10 an hour. At the end of the day, you go to your manager to ask for money, and your manager hands you over $80, which is 8 hours times $10 an hour, $80 for your day's worth of work. And then you go back home and you eat, you watch TV or Netflix nowadays, and you go to sleep. Next morning, when you go to your work, your manager does not hand you any money for that. Instead, what he or she says is, get back to work. So you work another 8 hours and you get another $80. But what about the time where you spent eating and watching TV and sleeping? You didn't make money, right? And as a wise person once said, time is money. But in our lives, not all time is money. So we need to learn how to make time equals money. Now let's say that you use that hard-earned $80 to invest. Invest in stocks, bonds, GICs, real estate, gold, silver, and the list just keeps going on. So when you invest in these assets, you make money while you are sleeping. Yes, now you know that working equals money and money working equals more money. So not only you will be making money when you are working, but you'll also be making money when you are sleeping, driving, texting, watching a movie, or doing absolutely nothing. Sounds interesting? Now if that wasn't enough to convince you to learn to invest, then hear this. A thing which cost $100 to buy 30 years ago would cost $184.01 to buy today. This means that the value of $100 went down because now you need to pay more dollars to get the same thing. So let's say if this phone costs $100 in 30 years ago, today this exact same phone would cost $184.01. But today, for $100, maybe all you can get is a paintbrush instead of a phone. So your $100 is worth less today than it was 30 years ago. That, my friends, is called inflation. Now, I know the finance world sounds very complicated with all these weird sounding words. Inflation, recession, depression. What's that? We are here to turn all these complex words into simple meanings because life has to be simple. So inflation is basically just increase in the overall prices of goods and services sold in a country. So if you go to the grocery store and if you see the price of milk, eggs, it's going up. Why is it going up? That's what we call inflation. In the last 30 years, in Canada, inflation has averaged about 2.05% per year. Meaning that the prices of goods and services on an average have went up by 2.05% per year. But if you are just putting your money in your bank, in your checking account, which is not paying you any interest at all, your money is not growing, but the price which you are paying for goods and services is increasing. So you have this much, but the price keeps going up. Your money is not going up very fast. So that is why you are losing money even when you are doing nothing. So in order to keep up with this price increase, you need to invest in various assets such as stocks, bonds, GICs, mutual funds, private equity, real estate, gold, silver, and whatnot. Because these assets go up in value over time, at least the good ones. And because they go up, your wealth goes up as well. So not only you are increasing your standard of living, but you're also protecting yourself from the price increase in the market. Now, I believe that you are convinced to learn and start investing. Great. But here's the deal. What is investing? As discussed earlier, investing is basically making your money work for you. To put it simply, you put your money somewhere where it has the potential to grow faster than Professor Snape's dislike for Harry Potter. For example, let's say your friend, let's call him Ronald Weasley. Ronald, or Ron, is a farmer, but he does not have any money. He's broke. So, you, Mr. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, and the boy with money, gives him $1,000 so that he can buy equipments, seeds, and a few things for his farming business. Ron happily accepts that money and goes to the Diagon Alley to get seeds, a new wand, maybe some fertilizer, and whatnot. Now that Ron has everything for his business, what he does is he goes back to his home and starts growing food. By using his magic, he quickly grows a lot of crops, and he sells those crops for $3,000. Once he has sold his crops, he comes to you and returns your $1,000 which you lent him, plus a 10% interest. 10% of $1,000 is $100. Very good. You are learning. You made a $100 profit on your $1,000 investment because Ron gave you back $1,100. So 10% interest is much higher than 2.05% inflation. So not only you are beating the market, but you are also making your money work harder for you. Okay, now let's make it even more interesting. Where to invest your money? In the previous example, you lent Ron some money. That, my friends, is called debt investing. Debt investing is where you provide a debt to a third party, and in returns, you get paid what we call interest. Interest is just what you get back when you provide somebody a loan. Now let's say instead of giving Ron debt, you decide that Ron has a good potential. He can be a wonderful farmer. Farmer Ron. So you decide to buy half of his business by giving him $1,000. When you own half of Ron's business, whatever profits he makes from his business, you are entitled to 50% of that. You may not always get those profits paid out because he needs to reinvest those profits in his business to buy more equipments, more seeds, more fertilizers, more magical stuff. But you own 50% of his business. Down the road, when you sell your part of the business, 50%, you get paid whatever amount you are asking for, depending on the market situation. That's what we call equity investing. In equity investing, you are buying a piece of the business. Instead of giving out a loan, you are just buying the business outright. Now, unfortunately, Ron's business is not available for sale for muggles like you and me. So, we need to buy muggle companies like Google, Nike, Tesla, Microsoft, and tens of thousands of more other publicly available companies. So when you buy stock or share of these companies, you are becoming a very small owner of the entire business. Let's say if a company has 100 shares in the market and you end up buying 10 shares for that company, 10 of 100 is 10%. So you own 10% of that business. That business can be anything. Google, Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, Netflix, Meta, nowadays, back in the day they used to call it Facebook, anything. So my friends, join me on this journey of becoming knowledgeable day after day and becoming wealthy before your hair turns gray. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel because I really appreciate your lovely support and it really helps me to keep this channel going on. And until then, keep learning. See you guys next time.